Welcome to the Soca Chronicles. Soca Chronicles with Sharnz and RKO.
Welcome to the 45th episode of Soca Chronicles, the podcast that brings you everything Soca. I am RKO and I'm digitally sitting next to the one and only Sharnz.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Get on with it, man. I'm just sitting here waiting on my phone while you do this yo, you know? Anyway. Even though I said I am digitally sitting next to Sharnz, most of this episode will be me physically sitting next to Sharnz because we have recorded a little studio sesh.
In London town.
London. Exactly, because we were in town anyway for a certain event that was organized by a certain DJ. And perhaps that certain DJ wants to talk about that certain event a bit more.
Which DJ are we talking about?
It's DJ Kai.
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't get him in as a guest, so we're moving on to the next topic. Obviously, it's DJ Sharnz with her event, Brawlin. So how did it go?
Sharnz. You tell me how it went, Akio. You were here.
It was epic. It was epic. I mean, I need to hear from the organizer, though, how it went. But as a guest, I loved it. It felt like I was outside since a long time.
Oh,
and yeah, we shelled it down. It was epic.
Definitely. I mean, it was a great turnout.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stressed throughout the whole beginning, but eventually I was able to relax. You know, luckily I had the help of RKO and some other good friends to, you know, just try and take the stress off of me a little bit, because anybody who knows anything about organizing events knows that it is one of the most stressful things that you will deal with in your life. Yeah?
I mean,
in your
yes. Yes. Life, definitely, yeah.
There we go. But guys, it was epic. Thank you to everyone that turned up. The next one is on July 11th. The tickets go on sale the day that this episode drops, the 30th of May at 6 p.m. Just click the link or follow the link www.tridentldn.com, and there you will be able to purchase your tickets from Eventbrite. So, I will say it one more time. If you missed out on the first one in April, I'll let you off. But if you missed this next one in July, never talk to me again. Never in your life.
Even if you never started talking to you. Love it. No, but honestly, it was a good event. So make sure you join the next one. I need to see if I can fly to London again, because then we might get another studio sesh.
Yes, that would be fantastic. But of course, if you can't make it, Arkea, there's no pressure. You made it to the inception of Brawlin, so you forever get a pass. You never have to attend another one in your life.
Yeah. Wow.
If you can't, you have a pass. You're good. Everyone else,
exactly.
They're not good. They're not good.
Love it. Well, yeah, man. I think also there's a lot of pictures online, right? If people want to get a feeling for the vibes.
There we go. The pictures are on Facebook. There are also video clips on the Trident London Instagram. So that's Trident, TRIDENT LDN on Instagram. Go check it out. Yeah. Do what you're supposed to do. Do the right thing.
Yeah, man. Then it's time to move on to another successful event that, by the time of we recording this, just ended. And as usual, I wasn't there, but a certain international DJ definitely was.
Oh, for goodness sake, Arkeo.
DJ Kai. I'm kidding. Sharnz, tell us about ISF, Ibiza Soca Festival, which wasn't in Ibiza.
Yes. So I'm going to keep this brief because, you know, when I'm excited about things, I can talk more than RKO. And that is saying something, you know what I'm saying? So let me keep it brief. ISF, aka Ibiza Soca Festival, which is on tour for the second year. So last year it went to Malta for the first time. This year it was back in Malta. Your girl DJ Sharnz was booked again for this year. I went down And oh my goodness, I had the time of my life. I had to leave early though. I left the day that Kes performed and I missed his performance and I was so upset about it. But I left for a good cause because, yeah, Barbados is calling me. And by the time this episode drops, I'll be back from Barbados.
Oh my days. You'll be...
But yeah, my highlight of ISF, I would say the Juve was absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Ridge performed. And you know, Bouillon is running the world right now. Rich performed.
100%.
Dash performed as well. Real bad man. Vibes King performed. A previous guest of ours. Yep. And I think it was just those three who performed. But yep, Juve was epic. The pool party was epic as well. The venue was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Epic. There were two pool parties actually. The first pool party, it pissed it down with rain the whole day, so we had to
really?
Yeah, we had to improvise. So I turned up in my bikini.
well.
And it was like my favorite bikini as well. And then the other pool party was the following day. I was like, I just wasted a whole outfit. I could have worn it at like the proper pool party. I was so upset, but here we are.
I cannot relate, but
yeah. So Skinny Fabulous was there. Obviously Kes was there, as I said. Dash, Ridge, Lyrical was there. I got to meet with Lyrical. I got to meet with Skinny. Had a small conversation with both of them. Obviously, I got to meet Ridge. And I will post a little video that Ridge made where he's bigging me up. I got to post that on my Instagram. So yeah, if you missed ISF, do not make the same mistake next year. Like, the vibes are unmatched and it's like everybody is just there to have a good time. Like, literally, I made so many new connections. I made new fans. Oh,
love it.
Bro, epic trip. And I'm so glad that I went. And big up to the promoters of ISF for bringing me through again this year. I appreciate it. The support that I got from the other DJs there as well is unmatched. Bro, imagine me. I was up hosting, bro. I was on a stage hosting. Me, I can't host to save my life. But I was on the stage, like, walking up my waist and ting. Like, who was that? Clearly, it was not me. That was my alter ego, Malcolm.
Love it. Oh, yeah, Malcolm. Oh, my God. I haven't seen Malcolm in a while.
Mate, the rum told me I was a big dancer.
I was literally going to say that. Love it.
Literally. But, yeah, it was great. So, that is one that I highly recommend. Ibiza Soca Festival, for sure. It happens around the same time in May, like around my birthday.
It's a good thing to celebrate your birthday on, you know?
100%. Best birthday ever.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah.
There we go. And I did say that I was going to keep it short, so that is me keeping it short.
Fair enough. This is true because we do have a packed episode this month. So I say we will move to our very important topic, which is the song of the month.
Oh, yes.
And after we'll move to our very important discussion.
Oh, yes.
This is the Song of the Month.
This month's Song of the Month is a new one that has been dropped for crop over. It is called Attack by Just J and Jaguar the Champ. No long talking, RKO, play the tune.
Let's go.
You ready now? Look. C to the A, to the AMP. Drop the anchor. Attack, launch the attack. Attack, girl, launch the attack. The way how you jiggle and start to push back, I can circle your bumper like a racetrack. Attack, launch the attack. Attack, girl, launch the attack. You ready for the bashment? Well, bend up your back. I reverse the thing, girl, call this out. Look, girl, you asking for trouble. You come inside the short, take a nigga, make you bubble. Look, girl, you asking for trouble. The way you shake your bumper does make me see doubles. I want you wiggle like a fish out of water. No bend over, time to get slaughtered. And like an anchor, sink your back. A nigga deal with that, cause you ready to attack. Launch the attack. Attack, girl, launch the attack. The way how you jiggle and start to push back, I can circle your bumper like a racetrack. Attack, launch the attack. Attack, girl, launch the attack. You ready for the bashment? Well, bend up your back. I reverse the thing, girl, call this out.
Soca Chronicles.
That was Jaguar and Just J with Attack. And there is so much new music loading right now. So if you want to get up to date, go to your SoundCloud, Mixcloud, wherever you get your music from. Find these mixes, Gel will release mixes. There's all kinds of mixes. Get up to date because the new season is calling and it's good music. So let's go.
But let me just drop one thing in. If you want to hear the latest crop over releases, they're all dropping thick and fast now. Ramon G, our good friend Ramon G, who we should really get on this podcast at some point.
We should, actually.
Let's make it happen. Let's make something happen. But yeah, Ramon G recently dropped his crop over mix, just a snippet of what's been dropped so far.
Yeah.
So what we will do is we will link it in the description so you can just click it and go to it. If not, I guess you can go to SoundCloud and type in Ramon G. Maybe find it that way.
And otherwise we'll put a link in the description.
I think the link will be better in it, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
We'll do that. Absolutely.
There we go.
And with that, I think it is time to go into our main segment, which is the discussion that we had. And this discussion is with two of our guests, two of the guests that actually have been somehow involved in this podcast before. On one end, we have Chanty, who was actually part of one of our very first episodes.
Yes.
Which actually we also mentioned in the discussion, where we talked about if whining on other people than your man or your woman is good or bad. Make sure to check that episode out. Actually, a very good discussion.
Oh, it was.
Which is timeless, by the way. And our other guest is Bramble, who is our connoisseur, the crop over. If you want to call it that. And he has done some voice clips for us as well in the past.
Yep.
I will not talk too much about what we're going to talk to because we're going to discuss it anyway. So I would just say let's get into it.
Let's go.
This is Soca Chronicles.
We are here with a new session. And not normal digital session, but a live session.
There we go.
We have cameras in the building. Just wave the camera, please. There we go. People are listening to this. They don't understand what's going on. But if you want to understand what's going on, just go to YouTube and, watch the episode there. Anyway, we are here with not just Sharnz and RKO, but we are here with two additional people who will introduce themselves shortly. And we're going to discuss two topics that I will also unveil a bit later. Let's start with the introduction, though. So on my left,
my name's Bramble.
That's it. Fair play.
Okay. So I've been a Soca fan since, let's say 2007, 2008. I've basically gone crop over every year since.
Yeah.
Like 07, 08.
Yeah.
I'll say 07. Obviously I met Sharnz in
2014, I think it was. 2014.
I've followed you on Twitter before.
Yeah, but actually in person was on Accra Beach, I think. No, the Accra Beach 2014.
Yeah.
Because it was the year I left before Kadooment Day and you cussed me off.
Yeah.
Why would you leave before Kadooment Day?
And there was no reason to go.
Yeah.
No.
So that basically I've known Sharnz for about 11 years.
Yeah,
I've known Room for about 7?
2018 is when you met Ruben.
About 7 years.
Time flies.
Sorry,
Jesus.
RKO.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Let's not bait up government names, people.
Sharnz.
So yeah, and I'm a regular listener of the show.
Yep.
I've done a couple of top 10s.
Yeah.
Last few copper overs.
Yeah.
So,
It needs to come off. Yeah, it needs to come up more often though.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's. And do not forget that you write very extensive reviews of crop over.
Yes.
I like to read those.
Yes.
Like you take your time to review and
there we
to
go. All the prices, the best bets, rated out
your
of 10.
opinion on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I'm starting mine soon for 25.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. I'm waiting for you to do like an online review or at least share it with the people then.
Definitely.
I think that's the next step. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
definitely.
Needs to be shared.
Can I just add one more thing about
course.
Bramble? Bramble is literally a crop over connoisseur.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like any road march winner, any year, Bramble can tell you, yeah, they won that year. Literally, you're like an encyclopedia for crop over.
Yeah,
I love it.
But it's the review because it's there.
Yeah, this is true.
exactly.
This is true. You're very knowledgeable, and I love that.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so welcome, Bramble.
And then on Sharnz, left, right for the viewer.
Am I right?
Oh, you're right. Left for the viewer. We have.
Chant.
Yay!
Yeah. So she has been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
When we had our subject, is it okay to whine with somebody else when you're in a relationship?
Yes.
So it was you and your significant other.
Yes.
that were on there discussing. So welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me back.
You're welcome. It's nice to have you live, like all of us
Exactly.
together as well.
This is so different than doing it online in COVID times.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
was-
how long we've been doing it already.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Yeah. No, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be in London.
Yeah,
Play.
Yeah.
flew outside.
Yeah, in the Soca Chronicles studio.
Yeah.
Wearing my Soca Chronicles merch.
There we go.
Oh my god, I'm the only one with
Yeah, I
none.
know. Bramble.
Bramble.
We'll rectify that. We'll rectify that soon. Don't worry. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Well,
we ready to get into the discussion?
I say we are. We have 2 topics to discuss. The first one is a controversial one because we've been pre-discussing this a bit, but I'm excited to have this on camera as well because it's a very interesting discussion. And the question that we're going to discuss is, who is the GOAT of Soca?
We should-
my god!
So
Exactly.
yeah, studio effects in effect. Get it?
Yeah. So
I
who
can start.
want- yeah,
I
okay,
can
you start.
Yeah,
You start.
I can give I can keep the ball rolling if that's okay. So I think we're gonna discuss this, but for me, if I look at least recently, who has done the most for the scene, who has been most in, how is it, not in front, but like advertising Soca, or at least on the forefront of
Yeah,
Soca,
there
let me
we
put it
go.
that way, is a name that we hear a lot when we ask people, you know, who do you want to be in the studio for a day with? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's Marcio Montano.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he is the all-time GOAT of Soca, because you can argue, you know, people before Marcio Montano in an age that I, you know, as a person don't know much about, but I can name White Sparrow, you know, people that laid a foundation for Soca. That's a whole different thing. Like,
Yeah.
they laid the foundation, so you can argue there, absolutely. But at this point in time, Marcio Montano for me. Bramble, what do you think if I say that?
It's hard because obviously people are patriotic, so they're gonna pick an artist from their island.
Yeah.
So if you ask a Grenadian, they may say artist from Grenada. Ask a
Lava
Trini,
Man, maybe.
yeah.
Grenada.
If you ask a Trini, they could say Bungie. They could say
Yeah.
Double M. If you ask a Bayesian, they could say Rick,
Yep.
Edwin.
Yep.
They might even say Mighty Griner.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think I would say for each island, even though that's when you say greatest, it has to be
Yeah.
one. But I think there's got to be a greatest for each island.
Okay.
But
Who would
to
you
be
say?
fair, if you're not that knowledgeable of the island,
Yeah.
you like for instance, I don't really listen to certain islands. I'm not gonna say the islands, but I wouldn't say,
Yeah.
oh, that's the GOAT of that island because I'm
Yeah.
not that knowledgeable of that island.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
makes sense. So who do you want to give a go? Which islands do you want to give a go? Obviously Barbados, because that's
Do you have a name for?
For Barbados, I think Lil Rick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Fair enough.
What would you for Trinidad then?
Got to be Double M or Bungie,
Yeah. At this
in my
moment.
opinion. Yeah.
Fair
I'll
enough.
probably lean more towards Double M,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Right.
Bungie's not far behind.
No, I
Yeah.
hear it. But my argument for that, so obviously Mashal is the most obvious choice. So he has won 11
All the
Road
awards,
March
yeah.
titles. He's been on Tiny Desk. I mean, he runs the Soca scene. But for me, if we talk about GOAT, we should kind of talk about who has made it outside of the Soca scene. And for me, Mashal doesn't have a crossover song that would be played in a commercial party in, let's say, London or whatever, around a demographic that's not Caribbean.
Yeah, but my counterpart to that would be, that's like saying MC Hammer is the greatest of all time because his song's more popular than someone that's more consistent.
I hear it.
Facts.
No, I hear it. I hear
true.
it.
It's not about who's got the bigger song, it's about who's been consistent is greatest,
This is true.
not who has the most popular song. I know he hasn't got a popular song at, let's say, a commercial level, but he's got consistent hits.
No, this is true. He has, but the hits are consistent inside the Soca scene.
That's fine.
But to have the consistent hits inside the Soca scene, that's not helping the Soca scene to grow, because it's only staying within Soca. But we need people that have hits that transcend outside of the Soca scene to help Soca to grow. So, for example, I'm going to throw some names out there. I'm not saying that these people are the GOATs, but they've done a lot for Soca. So, Rupee, Tempted to Touch. Yes, it's a one-hit wonder. However,
Well, I wouldn't call him a one-hit wonder,
Okay,
but that's his biggest song.
sorry, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. So, but obviously, Rupee You can play that song in a commercial party in London with 0 Caribbean people, and almost everybody in that party will know that song.
Yeah, facts.
Almost everybody.
But does that make
Yeah.
him the greatest of all time?
That's what I'm saying. But he has made a massive contribution to soca, so he can be up there, I guess, in the talks, kind of.
But I'll bring one argument against that.
Go on.
The people who enjoy that song, if you ask them what genre is it, do they know it's soca?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Or
as
would they
well.
say dancehall
So
probably or
true.
whatever?
I think that's the same with like Hello from Kes.
Yeah.
Because that gets played in so many different parties now as
Yeah.
well. Like in the Netherlands, we hear it at
Yeah.
almost every club night. And it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be a soca night, even if
Yeah.
it's just like, Caribbean night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they play it. But if you ask people what kind of genre it is, they don't know.
No,
Mm-hmm.
Like in my tour classes, I use a lot of soca music. And when I ask people, so do you guys know soca music? And they're like, no,
No.
don't. But if I would
This is
put up
true.
like Hello, they're like, oh yeah, I know this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a Masha Montano song from a rhythm they know. It's like, oh yeah, I know this rhythm, but I don't know the artist. So it's like, yeah, I do like what you're trying to say. Like
Yeah.
the artist who
Your
brings
argument
it
is more
outside.
of who's got the biggest hit than who's the greatest of all time.
This is true, but then I'm also thinking of like who has helped to propel soca. So even though you're saying that these people don't know that it is soca, at least they know a soca song. Do you see what I'm saying? And there are other songs like Follow the Leader that gets played at like every non-Caribbean
90s.
wedding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that song gets played at go on.
To be fair, I didn't know that was soca.
Yeah,
That
a
song
lot of
was
people don't.
always played. So I'm from Curacao, and at our family parties, that song was always played.
Yeah.
I did not know that was soca
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
until I met you guys.
Wait,
There we go.
isn't
Who
he
let the
saying
dogs
in
out?
the song? Isn't he saying in the song?
Yeah. I love soca.
I know.
Wow.
It couldn't be so more obvious.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm smart on paper, guys. Leave me alone.
No, but I understand. I have
yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
It clicks sometimes. But so just to finish off, what's your GOAT nominee?
Oh, it's gonna be controversial as well, I guess.
Oh.
Can't wait.
I like controversial.
But you guys know. I mean, people that know me know.
If you're gonna say hollow back, then I'm gonna have an issue with you.
No.
Oh god.
Oh
Okay.
no!
say-
Oh, I know who
Is
you're
that
gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, because you said people who know me know, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I don't know her. Don't know her as well as I
Yeah, I
thought.
want to hear the name.
I know who you're gonna say, and the name is 3 letters.
Yeah.
3 letters.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you just mentioned about it already. The song that's played.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cass.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cass.
Why would you say Kez?
He's hot.
So that's the criteria for being a
Like,
GOAT.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you know what? What you're saying is actually hitting the point of the discussion so far. So
What's
what
the
is-
criteria?
Exactly. What is
Yeah.
the definition of the GOAT?
I honestly wanted to ask that, what's the definition that we're taking for this discussion? But then I was like, is that too serious?
No, but I guess there could be. I guess the definition of GOAT would depend on each individual person. I don't think
Yeah.
there's
Exactly.
one main criteria. So it's just based on your criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just hotness, but
They
Also
actually,
good songs.
hold on, what is everyone's criteria? Sorry to cut you off.
no worries, no worries. I think for me, because I'm not the biggest soca connoisseur here at the table, for me it has to be songs that just bring vibes. The moment I put it on, vibes. Performance-wise, the same what you basically said about Masha Montano doing Tiny Desk. I saw Kes perform Antilliaanse Feesten last year. That was amazing. I totally forgot my
He's a good
boyfriend.
performer,
I
yeah.
was there. I was on that stage and it was amazing. So, that's why I actually think about Kes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he brings the music also outside of the song. So that's
Fair.
why I thought about. But I do Masha Montano is also a good one though.
He brings vibes too.
Yeah,
outside of
no,
that.
he does.
And that Tiny Desk concert, that was amazing.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
Yeah, it
loved
was.
it.
Yeah.
Was-
I was
Absolutely.
screaming in my house, dancing.
Okay, that's good because of the music, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
checking.
screaming.
That is a GOAT move because it's
100%. I agree with
that's
that.
even when which artist went on the Breakfast Club? Was it Alison Hines?
Maybe.
Yeah. But
No, I think it was Alison. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was Alison Hines. You know.
when you think of GOATs, it's they're the ones that get pushed to do.
Yeah.
So
This is true.
we got a
I
couple
think-
of criteria then, right? So we have reach of the songs that they make. So are they
Yeah.
international and are they being played years later? We have the islands, how related to the island are they? Because you have per island, you have a whole different whole genre of soca that you know has...
Like, obviously they've got to be popular.
Yeah.
I think level consistency. They've got to bring hits. You can't go 5 years with no hits.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't
Unless
be you
you're
can't be
Rihanna.
a GOAT and you've gone 5 years in a row.
Without a hit. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have performance, how they
They're having a good performer.
spread the
Good
soca.
performer.
But then also I want to argue, what do they do for the up and coming soca scene? So we've discussed like Kerwin Dubois, for example,
Yep.
that has like a whole program to get
What's
like
it
new
called?
soca
Spot.
artists.
What's it called? Spot?
Yeah,
Spot?
SPUT, I think.
Yeah, Spot.
Yeah.
Cohen's very underrated, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Very
agree with that.
underrated.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
And every year he brings like his A game.
Yeah.
Like his
He's
songs
got
are
a
good.
song this year I really like. Called
Yeah.
Regime. Yeah, very good.
Have I listened to it? I don't think I listened to that. I'll
We
have to
hear
check it out.
if you hear it, you probably know it.
Yeah, if you
know
play-
it.
if played it, you'll hear
okay,
it.
Yeah.
But that's somehow always the case with Kerwin. Like he brings like good music out, but then he's always overshadowed by Marshall or by Bungie. It's this
Yeah.
curse of being Trini, I guess, in
Yeah.
this day and age.
Definitely.
How can you outshine Marshall, you know?
No, definitely.
And also with a
Yeah.
production team of his behind him. That's
Yeah.
also the thing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously Kerwin, a lot of his songs he's either co-produces or he produces himself.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like Bungie and Double M, they've got a team of producers
Yeah.
who obviously they're gonna get the best beats.
But that's the thing, because how many times, like in the last even year, have we had people that said, "Oh yeah, I worked on the Marshall Montana project," and "Oh yeah, no, I was making this beat for Marshall or for Bungie, or whatever." Like they can get it from everywhere they want,
Yeah.
anywhere.
But that's also GOAT. All the producers want
Yeah.
to give you the
Yeah,
best songs.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree with
Yeah.
that. No, honestly, for me, I definitely think within the soca scene, Machel Montano is the GOAT of soca. He's probably got the most hits within the scene, and he is consistent. Obviously, he took that little break when he was studying,
Yeah.
but he came back and
He won
he
Road
won
March.
the chutney, and the road march. So that's
Yeah.
it. So that for me is a GOAT. But in my head, I'm like, if you are supposed to be the best thing that we have in soca, why do you not have songs that are commercial, that are played on a radio station in like the UK or whatever?
Oh, let me ask you this then: how many songs of Vibes Cartel are being played on a normal radio station
Loads.
in the Netherlands? Then
Oh, in the Netherlands.
let me
Well,
try to make
obviously,
points.
yeah. There we go. Well, the Netherlands is different, but
Yeah.
in a
But like worldwide, I mean, like
yeah, but in parties in the Netherlands, you'll get
Oh, yeah.
Clarks will get played.
Yeah, but we're talking about pop
Yeah.
music now, right? So like
Yeah.
Rupee is being played at any station at any time. Like what level of other genre has it? Like even like Bad Bunny is one of the but like reggaeton that doesn't have like a song
Yeah.
that is being played. There's
Yeah.
some,
His
but
last
you know what I mean? Like it's,
No.
there's little genre elevating songs of soca, I guess. And
Yeah.
but is that a criteria for a GOAT?
No.
Not necessarily, but from how I look at it, if you are the GOAT, the best thing that genre has to offer,
Yeah.
you should have songs
Yeah.
that have crossed over.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you think about the best thing in Afrobeats, let's say, I don't know, Burna Boy or Wizkid, they have songs that get played in multiple scenes.
But that's true. But that was a transformation, and it has to do with the hype as well. Because I've witnessed that like transformation from Afrobeats to just being music from Nigeria or from like
Yeah.
Africa in general
Yeah.
to the most popular genre
Yeah.
of the world
Yeah.
all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
that is a special case in my opinion. I understand
I
what
hear
you're
it.
saying
Yeah,
though, but like every song can play on the radio right now. Any African song, which is amazing.
No, I hear it. But even dancehall, they have more songs that have crossed over into the commercial scene
Yeah,
than
that's
soca.
true.
Like, look at the streams. Just look at the streams. If you look at the streams on soca songs, it's way lower than like a popular dancehall song. On
But there's a difference in
not.
scale of the genre popularity as well, of course. I mean that's
yeah,
again
no, I get that, but something needs to be done about that.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end
So,
of the
well,
day.
is it more popular songs or is it the way we get back to this discussion every single time?
Yeah,
But like a song is being promoted for a season, and then it's on to the next 5 albums.
yeah, that's the thing.
So like if you look at Bad Bunny, he released an album after I don't know how many years, and it banged, and that's now what he's going to be doing for the rest of the next 5
yeah,
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's a different style.
No, I hear it.
That's also part of the culture.
Exactly, which is fine because it is seasonal. Like let's be
Yeah.
honest.
No, but there are carnivals throughout the whole year though, so it's
Why
not
is it so-
fine.
I
that
know,
It's
I know.
not fine at all.
But then you come back basically to what Bramble said, because there's so many carnivals, but they're different countries. So then again, it's from that island, the biggest song, and they focus on that. So
Yeah, it's very rare a song carries from, let's say there's a song in Dominica, it's gonna carry on the whole year.
Exactly.
Not how many songs have carried from crop over all the way back to the next year?
Like Miami is the best like example, because in Miami like all these songs are gonna be.
If your songs are big, they'll be big in Miami.
Yeah.
And then it will cross over to Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're outside Trinidad. So for instance, what's a Problem Child song that was big? Carnival Jumbie.
Yeah.
That was big in Vincy. Then it carried to Miami.
Yeah.
And they were playing it in Trinidad.
Yeah.
But then after Trinidad,
It's gone. And this is what I'm
not
saying.
gone, but it's like the
It's
road.
died down a bit. Yeah.
Oh, there's new music.
But that's still big because it's like it's
Yeah.
dominated free. Obviously, it's dominated Notting Hill and Labor Day. But
Let me ask you this: what other genre quantifies his music as a year? So we say, oh, that's 2023 soca. Oh, that's 2025 soca.
None.
Yeah.
Why do we do it?
because it's because you've got if you got, let's say you got Spice Mass this year. The reason why they do it is because obviously you got Monarchs and that's why you got to do it each year, because it's like for instance you have to qualify for, say if it is you're going to qualify for the carnival in Trinidad, you got there's a certain time period where the song could be, it can't be over like a year.
Yeah.
So that's why they put
Yeah.
a year on it. But I like that it says 2025.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to put it in a box, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But then it also means that if it's 2027 and somebody is playing something labeled 2025, you're like, oh, it's old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
will that happen for all those dancehall hits that are like cross genre? Will it happen for Bad Bunny in 5 years? Oh, that's 2023 Bad Bunny. What are we doing here? It's not happening. So it's also a bit self-made, I feel sometimes, like
Yeah.
self-imposed.
I was just thinking about that. We do that in Curacao as well and in Aruba.
Yeah.
Like it's like a carnival thing, isn't it?
It's seasonal.
The moment you're like crowning a monarch, that's when you're just like 1 year
Yeah.
pop,
Yeah.
posting it, and then you're on to the next. But I feel like in Curacao, but I don't really feel like we label it like, oh,
Yeah.
that's like a Tumba from 2025
Yeah.
or something. But maybe that's like just how I see it.
But it also kind of
Sales
makes
every
sense,
year.
right? Because when is the best time for Marcia Montano to make money, or for Lava Man to make money? Lava Man is not going to put his A game out during Miami. He's going to do that 2 months or 1 month before Spice Mass.
Yeah.
Because why would, if he doesn't, it's just robbing his own wallet in the end. Like he wants to get the most amount of plays, the most amount of gigs in country at least. He wants to win because that's going to bring him money.
And
You
then
know?
start going on tour in other islands. Yeah.
And if he wins, then he has more, then he has more like.
He doesn't even need to win. If he's got a big song,
Yeah. He'll definitely get booked.
that
for
Holiday
Miami.
Problem Child,
Yeah.
that carried the whole year.
Literally.
And what is the best commercial for your song than having an event during Carnival pop off because of your song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you release it 3 months after, there's not going to be an event like Carnival popping off like that. So yeah, like I agree, we need to not make it seasonal, but
No, but it's always gonna be seasonal because
Yeah.
the way it's
the way it's
structured.
structured, exactly.
Yeah.
And that needs to change somehow. If we can change the structure, we can also elect a goat. Coming back to the
Or
topic.
we use the structure to like, I don't know, because you can't kill the structure. You can't do that
No, but
because of the carnival. But
Yeah.
If
if
it
you
was a-
use it
Yeah.
to then still elect the goat,
Yeah.
no, but if it wasn't seasonal, then you wouldn't have to keep bringing hits every year.
That's the thing. That's
So
the thing.
that keeps the element of no, but you was good in 24, you got to go again 25.
Yeah. Because bringing out an album, for example, in this genre is like it's an extra. Like nobody
Yeah.
cares. If Naila brings out an album, it's like, oh well, you collected all your songs over the last 2 years, you put it in an album, and you added one more song that didn't actually pick off.
Yeah, because
Didn't take off.
it's a good thing and a bad thing, because obviously if you had like 8 good songs in 1 year, that's a
Yeah.
lot. They're not going to release. That's too many. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to say you want something for the next year maybe. But I've
But-
heard certain artists have done that. They've made like 8 songs 1 year, they've released 4, and then they've released the next 4 the next year.
really?
And that's proof of what I'm saying. Because why would Bad Bunny do that?
Why would you release 8 good songs in 1 year?
Yeah,
Because
fair
it's
enough.
seasonal. That's why you don't do
Seasonal.
it. But as soon as it's not seasonal, you would, because you want to bring all the good music out.
And you want to win. You want to win Road March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you're going to drop as many songs as possible, hoping that at least one of them.
Yeah, but not
No,
too
you don't want to
much.
release all of them because
Yeah.
No, I hear it, but look at Problem Child. How many songs does he release? He releases like 10 songs per day. it's actually insane how many songs he releases. You know?
Yeah.
He's
It's
always. I even commented one time saying I cannot keep up.
Yeah.
I cannot keep up with the sheer number of songs he releases.
But
He's on
like
all
it a
the, he's
lot.
on, he's
Yeah,
on all the rhythms
same.
though.
This is true, but I
Yeah.
like his songs. That's
Yeah.
the thing. So I'm always excited to hear a new pop and child
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
But so we're talking about like seasonal thing every season. You know what I do really love about it being seasonal is that I think it makes the artists like we need to do something, makes them creative, and
Yeah.
they go for it. Like
Yeah.
No, they
there's
have to.
so many songs, and I do love that though.
Yeah.
Like every year you have so many songs.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think, oh, I've listened to all the songs of a year, and then you guys come with a song, and I'm like, it was not on my playlist. Where did that come
No.
from?
Yeah.
So that is definitely something that makes soca totally different than all the other genres.
Absolutely.
The amount of music that comes out.
But actually, that's a good point because
Every
that
year.
also makes maybe the little staircase to get into soca a bit high, because
Yeah.
if you don't have the time, like some people don't have time to just keep
Yeah.
up with all the soca, but they are interested in it. Yeah, but like if you're interested in soca and you hear all your other soca heads talking about all new music every single day,
Yeah.
you're like, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, yes.
overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
Yeah.
It is overwhelming.
And again,
yeah.
like if I like reggaeton, I just download a reggaeton playlist, and that's probably going to be valid for a good amount of months.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be. Oh, actually, no. Now we're in Spice Man, so
Yeah.
we do job now. Oh, okay. Well, I'm still in Trinidad. You know? I'm still enjoying Trinidad soca.
Yeah, your season's over now.
Yeah, like literally next.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I agree
Yeah.
because as
Yeah.
soca heads, I think we like it because
Yeah.
I cannot get enough soca in my life. Like I need this.
yeah.
I'm addicted. I need my
No.
fix.
That's
I
why
hear
sometimes
it.
I do feel for the DJs because it's like, some people are like, oh, they always play the same songs. I'm like, if they've got if you get 300 songs from each island, how are you gonna play all the songs?
Yeah.
Like if you're based in like the US, let's say you're based in like the US, UK, Canada, it's like
It's true.
you're gonna get all the songs from a lot of the islands.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And that's true. And we discussed this as well on the podcast a lot
Yeah.
about DJs having like a role into making it, like bring up the unknown soca to the masses. But I agree. Like,
You gotta be kind of known in your country first.
yeah.
Yeah. Because someone, a DJ in the UK,
And even
how are
if
they
you-
gonna know?
Even if
Yeah.
you feel a
No, I
whole
wouldn't
set,
say how would they know, but they're gonna play the names they kind of know.
that's
Yeah.
it. Because even
No,
if
I
you
get
play a
it.
whole set without like people knowing the music, it's not gonna really pop off then. Because
The promoter's gonna cost you out.
Yeah. No, this is true. But we have discussed this before. So obviously, yes, DJs get a lot of music. There's a lot of it. But all you need to do as a DJ, maybe every year, pick, I don't know, 5 songs, new songs that you're gonna champion.
Yeah.
And you're gonna play those in every set. And you don't have to play them all in a row. So you can play, let's say, like 3 hits or something, and then drop in an unknown song.
Yeah.
But then that song, as we've discussed before on the podcast, that song needs to be hyped up. Like Mad Skull has a new song.
Yes.
And obviously when Nitro's hosting for me,
Yeah.
he will make me stop, introduce the song. This is one of the baddest songs that's come out, brand new. Listen to it, boom, I'll play it.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, pull it up. So I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
And then he'll instruct them to do something. So if it's a song where they can like run to the bar or wave their hands or point or something, he'll do that to kind of hype up the song a bit.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
boom, I'll play a few more songs that are known and then throw in another unknown one, but just do it that way.
Yeah.
But a lot of DJs, their focus is, I just want to shell this party and done. I just want the crowd to constantly be moving the whole time.
Because I cannot blame those DJs because
I
for
can't
them
blame
it's a
them.
business.
Yeah.
It's a business.
No, I hear
like,
it.
They need the money. They are asked to play, and they're asked to play a certain style. When they do it, and they go home, and they have made money, and that's it.
No,
But
I hear it.
I also really appreciate what you are doing, and Nitro is doing,
Definitely.
because that's bringing the culture up. You know.
Exactly. No, but a lot of people that go to parties complain that DJs play the same songs. They actually want to hear the new music.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play a whole set of new music, but throw some songs in there.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I would
they
say.
just don't want to see. They just don't want to hear the same 20 songs every
Yeah.
single time they go out.
Which they do,
Yeah. Exactly.
because that's what DJs want. But then the crowd are to blame as well, because a lot of the time the crowd will hear the same song 5 times and they will react the same way
100%.
each
100%.
time they've
Yep.
heard that song. So
Yeah.
it's just like, if
That's-
they started standing up and not dancing, let's say they, like, you know how people boycott Palance and go on their knee or whatever they do.
Yeah, but you see, Palance, no disrespect, I wasn't a fan of the song when it came out. Yeah.
But that song is massive. That is
Yeah.
a massive song for soca.
It
No-
is.
no
It's one of.
comment.
It's one of the.
He said, no, I plead the fifth.
No comment on that song.
It is. It
I
is
respect.
one of the.
They won
the
Road March,
crossovers.
but no comment.
It's one of the ones that got close to a crossover to like.
Yeah,
popular
yeah,
music.
100%. You can play. You can actually play that song in a commercial party
Yeah.
because people like the element of
Well,
action, like doing actions. Yeah, and they love that.
Yeah.
They absolutely love that.
They do.
I
We
will
don't.
continue to play that song. I don't care if you want to take a knee. Take a knee. I don't care. I'll
I'm not
play
gonna take
that
a
song.
knee. I'll just be like, I'll go to the side.
You'll be like, no, here we go.
Do you go during the dance to the side?
If people want to dance to it, good luck to them.
Yeah.
But I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of. That's a song I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hear it.
And from the beginning as well.
No, I hear it. I hear
Yeah.
it. That's fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, because even DJ Gel,
Yep.
he is a booked and busy DJ, popular, very popular mixes.
He needs to get booked for crop over. He's always going Canada and Antigua.
Yeah, but
Booking for crop over.
I think they should, but I don't know if, because as a DJ, you have to choose where you go. So let's
Yeah.
say a promoter wants to book him in for crop over.
Wee
but
ting.
Yeah, I think he'll be good at Wee Ting. But let's say they're offering him a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
And then another promoter in Canada is offering him more than what he's being offered in it's a no-brainer. As a DJ, I'm gonna go where the money is.
But
I rate-
again,
I rate
this is
him
Because
as
that's
a
your bread
DJ.
and butter.
Yeah.
This is not elevating the culture. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
not saying that's what DJ Joe does. Just
Yeah,
let
it's
me
an example.
put
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
disclaimer. This is
Yeah.
not what DJ Joe does, but I'm just saying in general, like DJs will go to whoever's paying them more
Yeah, but anyone
at the
can
end
do
of the
that.
day. Yeah, but some people wouldn't. Some people, let's say, for example, I've never in my life DJ'd in, I don't know, St. Kitts.
Yep.
And then around the same time, there's like another event that wants to book me. And that other event, I've DJ'd on that event like bare times.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I really want to go to St. Kitts and I really want to DJ
Try it,
there.
yeah.
I am not going to go with the money on that occasion. I'm going to choose St. Kitts.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want the experience. So sometimes you won't do it for the money, you'll do it for the experience.
Fair
So
enough.
it all depends.
Yeah. That
It
makes sense.
depends on the DJ as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Definitely.
if you're a DJ, you want to elevate the music, you'll do that. If you want to make money, you go where the money
Yeah.
is. So
Exactly.
it's yeah.
Fact.
We need more DJs like you, Sharnz. Oh my God!
Sorry. Okay, I think it's time to close off this subject. We
Yes.
did derail a bit, but that's fine. I want to just do a head count with the final GOAT. Like, I know it's not a simple
Okay.
question, but if you have to name one name, the current GOAT of Soca, Sharnz,
Masho.
Chanty,
I have to go with Masho, man.
I'll go Lil Rick.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Rich. Fuck your man. No, Masha Montano. Obviously.
Don't kill me!
That came out of nowhere.
Literally, I'm like, what? I was so confused. Have we been in the same conversation?
Yeah. I was like,
No, Masha,
Oh, my
Masha.
days.
But
Yeah.
I do agree with the topics here.
Yes,
like there's
yeah.
so
100%.
much for discussion left. Like it's not a easy pick.
And Kes is definitely a good contender.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because he
He's
releases
closer to pop.
hits.
He's closer to pop than
Yeah,
Masha is
yeah.
at
Yeah,
the moment.
he
Yeah.
releases hits after hit after hit after and ooh, yeah.
and like pop star status as well, you know. Again, being hot. No, but
Here we
honestly,
go. Oh, here we go.
no, but I mean, for like, and it sounds superficial, but I mean, if you're like a good-looking person making good music, then people will remember you easier.
With people, you mean the other
Yeah,
the other
You don't-
sex, basically.
whoever
Doesn't have
whoever is
to.
attracted
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on, we all know this. We all know this. Why are we lying?
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm not superficial, I promise.
Okay, and with that, we have now our, let's say, well, 3 persons saying Masha Montano, 1 saying Lil Rick. I do understand that from a,
Yeah.
you know,
Double M is great though.
Yeah.
So
But I hear what you're
understand
saying.
that answer.
Yeah. And I think it's time to move on to the next topic.
Mm-hmm.
So our next question is also, for me at least, a very controversial one, because you can really discuss about, is it good or bad? And to just say the question, has Carnival become too commercial? And I'll start off. with an experience.
As you do.
Exactly, because I like to chat.
Yeah, I like that chat.
This is an experience I've seen myself in Grenada actually, and it got me really thinking. So first of all, I am not part of the culture as a inheritance person.
Let's
you know
just throw that in there
No,
before people start coming for
No,
you.
no. But I like to be honest, right? So I'm a guest in the culture, obviously, yeah. And I try to adapt myself as much as possible to the culture as that I can. And you can decide if I do that enough or not, and if I don't do it enough, you'll let me know, hopefully. Anyway, in Grenada, I think it was the lights, like the mass, the Monday mass. Was it Monday?
With the glow things, yeah.
The glow sticks, yeah.
That's Monday night, right?
Yeah,
The
midnight.
glow one.
Midnight mass,
yeah,
yes,
something
yes.
like that. Yeah.
So it's obviously quite obvious when there's white people in the carnival in the band, and we saw a group of, I think, Americans.
Yes, I remember that.
So we saw a group of Americans, and what we saw was like they were standing in a circle. They had like cans of beers, and they like crushed one and started drinking from the side and shouting, "Woo!" like they're
Like super American.
yeah, like
Did they
it was
bash your
spring
hand
break
in
or
it?
something. Yeah, exactly. Like, and I was just like, even I was like, oh,
Like this is spring break.
like a spring break, exactly. So. You know what I mean? So these are paying customers for a carnival. You know, it's a tourist-based country sometimes. So I understand they're coming there. I understand it's okay that they want to join.
Yeah.
That's fine. But where is the line? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they should be having a cup of rum in their hands because otherwise
Why
they're not
not?
part of the culture. But actually, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
No, but do you know what I mean?
But
yeah.
Drink some rum, man.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are we going too far sometimes? There was another example that was wildly discussed in where I'm from, at least, because we went to Grenada where they play job, and there's a lot of oil involved.
Yes.
So my choice there, because so there's a lot of controversial thing in the Netherlands about blackface. If people are interested, you can look it up. There's the 5th of December celebrations, and it includes a character called Zwarte Piet, which translates to Black Pete, which is basically a white guy blackfacing and giving kids presents and sweets.
And it's not just the blackface; it's like the curly wig as well, the
Yeah,
red
it's completely-
lipstick,
it's-
and
it's-
like the.
What's the
The
English? There's
golden
an English
earrings.
version for that as well.
Oh, gollywog.
Gollywog.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's full on like it's not okay.
And kids
I
get
heard that
scared.
word in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kids get scared.
Yeah,
because,
it's just not okay.
yeah,
That
it's
needs
horrible.
to be banned.
Oh yeah, so
There's a lot of discussion about that.
because obviously it's culture. It's our culture. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's not have that discussion here.
No, look it up on Wikipedia or something.
Yeah.
There is
I
a
do
lot.
have an opinion about that, and it's not in favor of this thing. So when I was in Grenada, I chose not to have oil on
Oh,
myself
yeah.
because it's a bit weird to go, abroad and get oil on my face and then come home and say, no, you can't do that. Like, what are you doing? So,
They're like
It's not
pulling
the
up your
same, but
picture.
yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Just to keep
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but yeah.
It's not.
No,
Yeah.
to avoid the
Controversy,
yeah,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
allow
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So
Yeah.
these are the choices that I at least try to be thinking about. But I'm also expecting all people to do that because I did see a lot of people getting oil on their skin. And again, there's nothing wrong with that because I do agree. I even talked to people from Grenada that said, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's completely different. Do normal, act normal, just get it done."
Yeah.
But no, I choose not to. But
Yeah.
these are the things. These are the things like where is it becoming too commercial and it's not for the benefit of the culture anymore.
I don't think it's getting commercial. I think it's getting expensive.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Prices are rising,
Yeah, fets.
including fets.
I'm seeing 200 US for fets.
Yeah, that's
What?
insane.
Yeah.
Inclusive of drinks and food
No, yeah, you get that. You have to. 200 US.
and housing and a car to drive.
That's literally what it should include.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm seeing costumes. Male costumes, £500, £600, and I'm like, because male costumes are nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get like
Shorts.
shorts and like
Exactly.
bits
And
of gems.
why
and
is
stuff.
it
Yeah.
£500?
That's insane.
That's so facts.
Literally.
But another thing is, female costumes are also sometimes nothing. They're just string
No,
wires.
I know
but
it's
they have to
1K
be
for something,
sturdy.
but at least they get the whole outfit. They got the
Yeah.
wings.
Yeah.
They got
Sure.
the individual section. So I was like, cool. A guy, shorts,
That's it.
and a couple of things on your arm and legs, £500. I'm like, okay.
And you're gonna lose those arm things within 10 minutes.
Oh,
Like,
First of all,
Flip,
these things, they irritate my skin. So
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
throw them away.
Yeah. Same.
So I've paid £500 for shorts.
Yeah,
and drinks.
literally.
That's crazy.
And most times I've got a hydration pack, so I'm not even going to the drinks truck.
Oh no, you need to get your money's worth. If you're paying that much, Bramble, get your money's worth.
Yeah,
Walk
but then,
next to the drink truck.
Yeah, so
exactly.
so yeah, I think Carnival's getting expensive more than it's getting commercial.
To the
But it's the
question,
market.
Yeah. So the question is Carnival more about making money than it is about the culture?
Love it.
I think that's
Maybe that's
the
it.
angle
Love
that
it.
you were going
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Do you think it's just now about, because back in the day I feel that it was about the culture, like celebrating our culture, etc. But is it now literally more about making money as opposed to
It's
the
a little
culture?
bit of both, because I can't
Yeah.
just say everyone's just
Yeah.
here trying to make money, but there are people trying to make money. So there's certain. I'm trying to think the most expensive fete I went to, probably in Trinidad, but Trinidad's known for expensive
Yeah,
fetes.
that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise
so
me.
I'm not going to complain about that, but it's just like, obviously some people do complain. They always say, I'll never go to Trinidad, but if you plan to go there, don't complain about how expensive the fetes are,
Yeah.
because you know they've got the most expensive fetes.
Let me ask you this then. You're hearing that. What's your favorite band in Barbados?
What, mass band?
Yeah.
Aura? Beige?
Okay, Aura. Love. It's a good example. Aura is not a cheap band.
Oh
either.
God, no.
But let's say Aura is organizing a section specifically for foreigners that are paying more money to get more privileges or whatever. Like they pay 1,000 quid to get a private drink truck with all kinds of American drinks. I don't know. I'm just saying some, commercial thing. Would you look at that and think like, all right, cool, that's fine. That's part of what we're doing. Or would you be like, why is this necessary? Like, why is this a thing?
I would have a massive issue. I would understand it because of tourism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's money. So
It's money.
profit over culture. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
They're still preserving the culture, but people are trying to make money. It's hard out here.
No, I hear that.
Yeah, I think that's exploitation though, because you're exploiting the tourists that have come to celebrate the culture.
They choose to pay it.
I hear it.
And they might not have chosen to celebrate it. But let's say, better example, maybe. Sandy Beach was the big hotel chain in Barbados again.
Oh, Sandy
Oh,
Lane.
Sandy Lane.
Sandy Lane. So, big hotel chain. Let's say they get their own band in crop over just for the tourists that are visiting at that time. They get an offer like, oh, you want to join? Just pay 400. You just get them on the bus. We just drop you there and you just do a bit of walk, like 10 minutes or not 10 minutes, like a 2-mile part of it. And then you go back to the hotel, like an excursion. You know what I mean? Like these people know nothing about soca. But that was an excursion because that's money. Money is money.
But wait, are they also in the band then?
Yeah.
They have a full band?
Yeah, they have their own
They're
band.
just not, they're not just in a
There's a
coach.
DJ.
Just
So this
looking
is
at
a
it.
Sometimes
scenario,
the DJ
right?
will just
I
play
bet
some
it's
American
cool.
music just in
No,
case.
okay.
No, you got to play
Yeah,
soca.
that's what I'm saying. That's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to play soca.
That's dead.
Yeah.
I'm not
So that's
trying
the
to
line.
hear
That's
sexy
the line.
red.
You have to play soca.
Imagine trying to hear sexy red, get it sexy. I'm not trying to hear that on the road, bruv. In my feathers.
Even
Mad.
when they play
Caroline.
when they play too much non-Bajan soca, I get annoyed.
Yeah,
Let alone
yeah.
you're not gonna play soca. No,
Yeah.
no one could do day.
So,
And also, then it has nothing to do with the culture anymore.
no, but this is like the line I'm trying to find.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
okay.
Like when is making money better than the culture? You know what I mean? What's the line of this? And I agree with you. By the way, I'm just like putting in scenarios
yeah.
just to
Yeah,
trigger
yeah.
reactions. But like I understand what you're saying. So basically, what you're saying is music is the most important part of carnival, culturally. So that is like the line. You cannot change. You cannot have a dancehall section. You cannot
There's
have
other rules. There's kind of not rules, but there's certain things you can't do.
touch. Yeah.
But they kind of bend the rules. Like obviously, our Juve is called 4-day morning. Obviously, that's in town, Bridgetown. But now they got private jumps.
Yeah, good example. Love it.
No, but the thing is, town's dangerous. So I understand the private jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even me this year, I'm jumping for native
Yeah,
private
yeah,
jump.
Yeah.
I've had enough of well, I love town, but
Yeah, it's
I've
just
gotta go
getting too
native.
much. Yeah, because obviously we've been there where you get people just storming the band, jumping
Yeah.
in, and
I found that so annoying.
Yeah.
that's disrespectful. I've
No,
paid
100%.
$100 US,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
and then you're just getting drinks for free because
Yeah.
you know the bartender.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dead.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
dead. So I understand the private jumps. I've never done a private jump, but I'm considering doing native.
Yeah.
It's basically
this year.
wheating at 4-day.
Yeah, and I enjoy wheating.
Yeah, so
So that's actually funny because now we're saying actually it's not because it's threatening the culture of 4-day, right? 4-day has always been
because when it
The
introduced the
brackets.
private jumps, people were unhappy, but then they understand because
yeah.
town could be a little bit dangerous for 4-day.
What would happen if all the bands would do private jumps and there's no town 4-day anymore?
No, they have to have it has to be entitled. There has to be a.
What if nobody wants to do it anymore? What if everybody wants to do a private jump somewhere?
Then that's gonna ruin the whole.
Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, it's becoming more of a problem because there's more each year. There's more bands.
Yeah.
That are doing a private job,
Mm-hmm.
so you're gonna take away.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think part of the reason is that because of these fuckeries, if I may say so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, last year I decided I'm not gonna be in the band anymore because like I literally had to wait in a line of people not buying a ticket to get a drink.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I paid money for.
That's insane.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
But so the problem is not like outside culture, it's inside culture, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Because
you
it's the
reduce
locals
the
that
bands,
are storming the band.
yeah. But the lines were too short, so
Yeah.
too many people in the band. So if they reduce the amount of people in the band, maybe there's a maximum amount to it, minimum amount of people holding lines, minimum size. I don't know rules.
You're always
Do
gonna
you want
get
that?
you're always gonna get stormers wherever you go,
Yeah,
but there's a
that's
certain point.
Too much, yeah.
Like we got stormed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like last year 4 day, our band got stormed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you kidding me? Not even at the end, at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And it was too crowded.
Yeah. No, it was way too crowded.
Yeah,
Way too crowded.
no, exactly.
I was like, nah, I'm good. That's just. I was like, how's my band getting invaded right at the beginning?
No,
It
that's wild.
don't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
They need, but I think they need better security.
No, they need more security. Like
Yeah.
way more.
Yeah.
Because everyone goes for that band.
Because they know it's easy to.
Because they see 3,000
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
It's easy to invade that band.
Yeah.
Target.
That's
Makes
true.
sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, I think we'll leave it at this because our time is running short. So thank you very much for your opinions. This has
Thank
been
you very
very, very good for us.
Yes. Yes.
I hope the people at home also enjoyed it. And if you have an opinion, be sure to share it. We'll listen to it. We've had trouble lately with answering all the comments on our podcast, but we will find time to answer the comments. So be sure to comment. And I just want to thank our guests. Thank you very much for coming over.
Yes. Been a
Thank
pleasure.
you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure. We got to do this more often.
100%.
Yeah,
Let's fly over.
totally.
Let's do
Like
it.
if you fly me back to London.
Leave by you. I am broke. I can't fly yet. I can't even fly myself.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
next
pay my
episode
own
of
flight.
Paris.
Next episode in Paris.
Yeah, why not?
Why not the
How we
Netherlands?
getting to Paris? Who's paying for us?
Eurostar.
Who's paying for us?
Eurostar goes to Rotterdam and we're there. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Just come to Rotterdam.
That makes more sense.
All right. Thanks again, guys.
Yes.
It is
Thank
appreciated.
you.
And with that, we're going to go back to the studio.
This is Soca Chronicles.
And we are back in the digital studio instead of the real live studio. We hope you enjoyed that little discussion. There was much more to discuss, and we might do that in the future.
Of course.
If you have an opinion about what we said, feel free to share it, because we want to hear from you guys. So
for
be
sure.
sure, look at us, look up the. Just check our Instagram and leave a comment or leave a post or whatever. Just tag us in something, and we'll be sure to reach back to you. And who knows, we might be able to discuss your comment in our next episode.
For sure.
And I think we will keep it short because we've had a very long episode. So,
Yep.
Sharnz, anything you want to add to that?
I just want to add a reminder, do not forget Brawlin, the crop over send-off is on Friday the 11th of July. Tickets drop at 6 p.m. on Friday the 30th of May. So, get your tickets, people. Get your tickets. Do not miss out on it. You can also go and get your tickets from www.tridentldn, so TRIDENT, and that will take you to Eventbrite where you can purchase your tickets.
Dope. Then we want to thank you for listening. We're going to have a quick listen to what our dear friend Nitro always says.
Make sure you check out Soca Chronicles, tag a friend, tell a friend, share the podcast, let people know that this exists because it's good for the culture, it's good for the vibe, it's good for the energy, it's educational, it's fun, it's funny, it's banterful, and it's good for you to just know a little bit about the people that's making your music and the people that you're involved with listening to.
And with that, we wish you a very good remaining of the month, and we will talk to you in June.
That's right. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Soca Chronicles.